Hey y'all, it's me, Silver. So we're back playing Mexico on our Victoria 3 MP series on the BOG's multiplayer server. Now, for this episode, there wasn't much going on in North America at the start. It was really just, dealing with some, like reorganization that was going on after the Civil War that had happened. And working with getting a lot better relations with our neighbors. Uh, yeah, the Civil War did mess up my army composition, so I really had to work hard to fix that. But during this time, I was really just looking around the map a whole lot, dealing with the political interest groups in the country, seeing what the other nations are doing. I'll admit, this part I really did fumble because I was second guessing myself in the fact that I didn't know what to do. At this point here, the UK had paused the game, so that really did give me a lot of time to think about this. But Gran Colombia, who was a player, was definitely going after, Costa Rica and like Nicaragua. So I instead had to deal with El Salvador. Now, apparently, I never upgraded my army, and I didn't realize this at the time. But, I was eventually waiting to get a naval invasion going and to, capitulate El Salvador that way. It was definitely something. And I honestly did drop the ball in making Mexico really great, although I did make the borders look extremely nice. However, what was more interesting is seeing, like, the uprisings that were happening because of the new German Empire and whatnot. And as we will see later in the episode, that culminates in a very big war, almost like a European world war, but with no colonies and it was just on the continent. Uh, so during this time, I'm trying to figure out, like, hey, what's going on? Why is my military not working as good as it should? Uh, and it's like here, I'm trying to raise the conscripts and whatnot. Not my best. I think I was doing better when I was just defending, but then I tried to attack and that failed. Hmm. Yeah, it was interesting. Kind of funny to see that. Now, after that, I did manage to beat that, and then I was looking at, the Europeans colonize Ethiopia. For a long time, I didn't even recognize that, Sardinia Piedmont was already taking over Ethiopia. A bit early, guys. And during this time, I'm trying to work on, you know, developing the industry a bit better so that I can actually keep up with the other powers of the world. Uh, yeah, because of the radicals, I wasn't doing too well. Right. But I did have the right idea, just bad timing. This would have been far better in the early game. But yeah, it was mostly just looking at this. And by this point here, I was thinking possibly of trying to get into a colonial race with the Italy player who was Sardinia Piedmont. But by the time I actually eventually decided to go ahead and do that, I had realized that, you know, they were already going after them, so there was like no chance for me. Yeah. Uh, Basically, Italy player, which if I were to quickly check here, I believe that is who? Who was that? Sardinia, Piedmont. Oh yeah, that was Tewe. Yeah, it was at this point right here. So Tewe was really getting like Italian East Africa going. I guess, you can't fail the Abyssinian War if they're not unified. And, yeah, I was still having big troubles trying to get per capita, passed. I don't think I ended up really doing it until Spain managed to make me their essentially their protectorate in their market and sphere of influence. Which yeah, I was no longer a independent power by the end of the game, but we're about to see something really interesting go on in Europe through the what I call the Franco Brothers War between Germany, Austria, and France.
Like
Brexit,
they won't see it
the
coming.
entire plan that was that the Russia would intervene on the Persia War and wouldn't
They
join
wouldn't be able
Austria
to.
War.
They wouldn't be able to either defend the Persian or the Austrian. They could only focus on one. But I think Russia's just not gonna do either. I think they're just gonna sit there. This is fine.
So I
I'm
wonder,
gonna
is
piss.
Jenkins like raging at someone or something?
Brexit,
Maybe.
I literally did spy agency coordinated strike.
Shut up.
Oh wait, looks like Russia is leaning towards Jenkins. Wait, who's playing Russia?
I mean, if
Yeah.
Russia or Jankas had any army, like if they built artillery, they would wipe the floor with fucking Germany. Germany has zero artillery.
True, but I mean, like they could even the score.
I don't think they have any artillery either. Yeah, they don't have any artillery either, so it
Guys,
doesn't
hasn't there
fucking
been
matter.
like longer than a minute that they paused? Isn't the rules like pause for 1 minute
minutes.
max?
It's 5 minutes.
My bad.
Mhm.
Oh,
Oh.
What happened?
this is where I throw Germany under the bus. I'll be real.
They want
Yeah.
the
What happened
Rhine.
there? Oh,
Oh.
Wait, what
France
happened? What
joined.
happened? Oh, France joined against Germany.
Oh,
Oh, it
Ireland.
gets
Oh.
interesting now.
Into
To
la
conquer
la
the-
How do you
la
not account for that? How do you not
la
account
No.
for that?
There was a deal made. There was a deal made to keep France out, and France betrayed it.
Okay.
Like a
should
good
join
thing
now.
we didn't join this one.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I don't know if I can intervene on this. That's the
Oh,
problem.
Close
Ryan,
that
Still
what
don't
is
have
this?
skirmish.
What is this World War One? What's America gonna do?
Well, it looks
No.
like the
Nothing.
British and the Ottomans
Sit
could
on their
join in.
hands until the last minute. America has no army.
I mean, it's worth it for Germany if they can get Bohemia but lose Rhineland. If they just like focus Austria-Hungary without Russia coming in.
Yeah. So I
Declare
guess.
neutrality.
Oh, the
I'm not-
Ottomans
I'm not-
declared neutrality. You're not gonna try and reclaim like some lands or something?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
listen,
maybe
I can't go against
well,
France.
maybe you
I
should.
can't go against
Maybe you
France.
should. Maybe you should, though. Maybe you should.
Well, he's already
I'm
declared
60
neutrality.
infamy. I can't like add demands even if I join.
Oh.
Isn't it beneficial for you to weaken Austria anyway, though? Weaken Austria anyway, though.
You could
Yeah,
have.
but France joined. So like,
Yeah, but think of the front. It's the Alsace front or the Austria front. You'd split the Austrian army entirely in two.
Yeah, so the Germans can just hold
Yeah,
the
but,
French off and kill the
like,
Austrians.
I'm in Egypt right now. I'm fighting Egypt. It's
Oh, that's a fair point.
That's kind of
it's,
true.
it's a bit
though.
hard. It's a bit hard.
Didn't
That
even
was
notice
mistimed, honestly.
Yeah. Like if he went in a bit earlier.
So I wonder what's the British going to do? Are they going to let Germany get eaten, or are they going to join in and help?
I mean, I don't think it's a let
It's
Germany
only
get.
right.
But besides the whole diplomatic play in Europe, we saw that the Italians were really trying to go for Italian East Africa, and well, we didn't have an Egypt player, so I suppose that was okay here, and I think the Ottomans wanted to take the rest of Egypt for themselves. But yeah, during this time here, France had France had been like failing to try and invade the Germans. Same with the Austrians. Now, for France, this is not as bad of a thing. If they lose Alsace-Lorraine, it's not that bad. But as we're gonna see with the next whole clip, you're going to see that this really did not turn out well for Jenkins, who was playing Austria-Hungary. Yeah, but for France, it was like, whatever. So let's see. Looking at the footage. Yeah, at this time we actually noticed that Canada became a puppet and that they were green. I think they were like a dominion and now they were, or maybe they became a protectorate. I think that's it. But yeah, a green Canada, that's just something not normal. And during all this here, a bunch of us, we were in a chat known as the Anglosphere, which was like our little faction, which included the UK, US, Canada, me, Spain, as well as South Africa, Australia, and whatnot. For a time, we also had Germany in there, but not really for long. As we can see, the slow collapse of France right there. Once Germany gets full control of that, then France just, pieces out for Alsace-Lorraine. No big deal. Now, of course, for a while, we did have, like, some pauses going on here and there. During this here, I actually joined in the Canadian War against the natives, more as like a token, alliance and honoring of it. And I believe I was giving them something, but I forget what. But yeah, I mean, oh boy. I'm taking a look there and think, wow, some of that economy would be really nice, considering that I'm starting to go into default at this point. Yeah, but I do hope that you guys enjoy this little edition of the, speaking parts of this video. Oh yeah, and at this time here, for whatever reason, the Dutch wanted to go in on the Germans. I don't know why they didn't join in on the original conflict, but they did a separate one. So, yeah, and there was like a whole thing about France joining on the Netherlands side, even though they just lost a war, and then they didn't, and join in. It was a whole thing. Yeah, so I hope that you enjoy this next section, and yeah, enjoy me looking over my companies to see what would help.
It's a fucking border state. You don't do that.
Oh,
You don't
Bohemia
build up
has
Alsace as France. You
steel.
don't build up Bohemia as Austria. You
He
don't
has
build up Poland
he has
as Russia.
80 barracks in Austria.
He got bad fizz and he got good fizz.
He probably just built them all in the capital for civil wars. I get that.
Let's see, tooling workshops,
I don't think he-
steel,
I don't think he did that.
engines. Ooh.
I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Oh,
Like, I
there's
don't
also
think he did it
coal
for that
mills here.
reason.
20 coal mills.
Oh, he didn't. Actually. Oh, well,
Ugh.
whatever. No, I'm gonna fall from GP. Wait, what? Why am I gonna fall from GP?
Huh?
I'm 5th GP. How am I gonna fall from GP? Oh, have you seen Austria's prestige? That's pretty funny.
Let's go, British Rush! I have so
Bro,
much money.
Canada, you have almost as much prestige as the Austrians.
Yeah?
Yeah, you have 140 and they have 160.
Yeah, their GDP's falling by the
Wait, what
second,
happened-
so
what
I
happened
have
to all of
potential to
them?
overtake
Oh,
them.
look at the Austrian GDP. It's just
Yeah.
It's
I'm gonna
gone
overtake
down.
him
it's
soon.
it's the fucking
Oh.
default. It's the default
a
that's
free
killing his
fall.
throughput.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
are all his if he's on laissez-faire, all of his buildings are gonna be deleting.
Oh.
Oh my god. He is on laissez-faire.
Yeah, all of his buildings are deleting automatically because they're owned
Yeah,
by
but
people that are now poor.
The throughput goes down, so they become unprofitable. So they fucking just disappear because it's laissez-faire. Oh my
If I
god.
take Bohemia, it's gonna fix.
Yeah, fucking coal mine automatically downsizing in Bohemia.
Oh.
gonna finish
I
That's
have to
crazy.
stop. I took it. I just took Bohemia. I have to wait.
Yeah, but they can still. Their game's probably shit, so they probably still downsize.
No.
Probably.
I
Oh
mean,
my
you mean
god,
that?
look at
Yeah,
how
they
much
do
they're
downsize.
losing. Negative 13.
The entire country is radicalized, man. They're gonna have to declare bankruptcy after this one. It's
Oh,
crazy
Yeah.
what Death Wars
See,
do.
where's the-
He should have capped like a while ago, man. Honestly, the second the French were out, I would have capped.
Look
There was
at
no
his
winning.
standard of living as well.
SOL 8 point. That's higher than mine. I can't even say.
No, look
nothing.
at the graph.
Yeah, the graph is fucked. That's just when he went very high taxes. He went very high tax and it instantly blew up.
I mean, financial districts as well.
I kind of want to see how red Austria-Hungary is right now with their radicals, but I can't see it.
Profitability portfolio, and it's all fucking opium. It's all opium.
His GDP is in free fall right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Ash, I'm gonna send you a picture. This
Sure.
this is while building fully.
Oof.
Oh my god.
Shit.
Where is this?
They
How do you do
dropped
that?
their GDP tanked.
Ooh.
It's at 7 million.
Wait, 7 mil?
My god.
The
Like,
Austrians?
yeah, yeah.
How
Yeah,
much-
yeah.
Oh my
But the
goodness, I
glitch-
have more GDP than the Austrians!
Yes,
I've got the
Canada.
glitch.
So, as we could see from that, it did not turn out well for the Austrians. In fact, Jenkins actually left later on. We got like a replacement there, but yeah, as you're seeing right now here, we're gonna find ourselves in the Great Mexican Blunder against Gran Colombia. Now, I probably should have paid a much closer attention, as I can see line infantry there. Oh, that was a pretty bad blunder. Also, not really having a navy, as I really could not afford it. But the war started going good at first, and that was because I was taking advantage of the, you know, Paradox AI, where for some reason they weren't going to defend the territory unless it was in their core. So for Gran Colombia, this is like after the Panama right there. To be honest, I really should have just defended, and I would have gotten the ticking war score for that. Now, I did have Spain on my side, but I said, hey, I'm not really, I don't really need any help for this. This was apparently a big mistake on my part. Yep, right here, big mistake. I thought I could take them. And then, try to hold them here. Yeah, as you can see, we kind of cut over here. At this point, I've asked the Spanish for help. And, well, now the AI is kind of biting me in the butt here. It's like, I thought they weren't going to do a full send attack on me, but then they did. Yeah, I was losing war support pretty fast. And, I got thoroughly chewed out by the Spanish player for still having line infantry in, what was it, 1861. I actually did decline this debt proposal from Canada because previously the Brazilian player actually took on my debt, and I had to pay war reps to the Gran Colombians. Yeah. Yeah, it was at this point. I was kind of feeling a bit down, so I decided, you know what, Spain, make me a puppet. All right, I am back under the fold of the Spanish crown. All right. I was hoping that maybe the Spanish market would come in clutch and try and help out, since Spain themselves were actually doing pretty well. They were doing well economic-wise. Meanwhile, I'm not doing that well. I mean, I say that. I mean, 8.1 mil GDP is pretty good. Yep, and there it is. Or 8.5, excuse me. I apparently can't see. But yeah, I think the economy had slightly gotten better, but it was still not doing well. And at the end of this game here, a lot of things changed. America went in to go get the Panama. The new Austria-Hungary player actually was able to do some Diplo and get back Bohemia. So, we have some traditional looking borders in Europe at this time. And at this point here, here I thought, okay, it's time just to go and go full send for the Cadillos, try and finish it. I was at 99 here, and like for a while I was like, come on here, I need to boost this, and I just failed to realize that, the game was still paused. Here I was wondering, oh, why is things going bad? And it's like, I can't fully understand the whole mechanics around radicals. It seems like nothing I do seems to work. Like, I give them jobs, they become radical. I try to get them more goods, they become radical. I try to pass good laws, they become radical. I just don't know. I feel like I don't get a whole lot of info from this as it is. And during this here, I was chatting with the other people, but, you know, it was something. So, actually, as I'm doing the voiceover for this here, it turns out that the Spanish player decided to leave, so they are looking for a new Spain for the session. Which, that seems pretty nice. Maybe a new Spain can help out, or maybe I could become Spain if the situation really needed it. But after this economy, yeah, no, I don't think that's gonna turn out well. Well, anyways, guys, I'm going to say farewell, and I hope you enjoyed this episode.